So, if you follow the American football scene, then you would probably have heard of the hashtag Save the Crew movement. This movement focuses on keeping the Columbus Crew in Columbus due to recent news that the club's hierarchy are considering relocation. I thought it would be a great idea to do our second MLS rebuild and, ironically I know, move the Crew to the German second division. We will aim to honour the Crew and their passionate fans by delivering the club European glory. It may only be in FIFA, but hope is hope. Today, we rebuild the Columbus Crew. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. As I said, welcome to our second MLS rebuild. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Columbus Crew into the German third division, and then I'm going to take out the lowest rated team, not the Bundesliga, the third Liga, and after looking at the table up on Google, it is meant to be, okay, that team's not even in there. It says Erfurt are the lowest rated team in the third division right now. Can't find them, so we'll replace them with Werder Bremen 2's team, who are second last. And then what we're going to do, we are going to move the Columbus Crew to in the second division. The lowest rated team there is FC, here we go. Nope, wrong team. This one, Kaiserslautern. So there we go. The Columbus Crew in the German second division. Should be interesting to see how we go. But fellas, if you do enjoy these unique sort of rebuilds, make sure that you leave a like on the video. And also, if you are new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is our starting 11 for the opening season. Half decent side, to be honest. Some big name players in there like Santos, like Kamara. I know Kakutamane is a pretty good MLS player. And then we've got players like Higuain. I know Higuain is a pretty damn good MLS player, one of the best in the league, but I'm thinking long term here. He's 32 years of age. I would rather have Mane there, or Mane, whatever you pronounce it, who's 22. But I don't know. My main focuses for this first window are probably going to be bolstering up our defense, I would say. Left back, centre back, right back, who knows. But one thing I was really surprised by was our transfer budget. We've got £18 million to work with, which is definitely a lot more than I was expecting. So let's get into the transfer business now and see how we can rebuild the Crew. Alright, so we're going to make our first signing for this Columbus Crew rebuild. Diogo Dalot is going to sign here from Porto for £1.4 million. It's a pretty light signing, a pretty cheap signing, but I am stoked to have him at the club. Great pickup. Welcome, Diogo Dalot. So a pretty big transfer here, as German Conti, you guys have to learn by now that my pronunciations are dreadful, but Conti is going to sign from Cologne or whatever from Argentina for £9.3 million. A big pickup there. Welcome to Columbus Crew, German Conti. So our third transfer, probably our final transfer for this opening window, is going to be a brand new left back. Antonio Lato is coming from Valencia for £9.8 million, so we've done a lot better business than I expected heading into this first season. Alright, so here we are, 1 hour to go on deadline day. We haven't sold any players, and we've brought in Dalot, Conti, and Lato. I've probably pronounced all three of those players wrong, but we've done some good business so far. This is what our starting 11 looks like now. Hopefully we can automatically qualify for the Bundesliga next season, but I'll check in with you guys at the halfway point of the season. Okay, so here we are about halfway through the season, and things aren't going as well as I hoped they would be. I was hoping that we could make promotion into the Bundesliga for season number 2, but at the moment we're going to have a really good second half of the season, as we're sitting mid-table in 9th position on 24 points, and St. Pauli are in 3rd. They're the closest sort of promotion team, and they're 10 points ahead of us. So we're going to have to make sure that we are on our game for the second half of the season. Otherwise, we might have to spend a second or third or fourth or 20th season in this second Bundesliga. But I mean, judging by how much money we have, how much of a budget we have, might be tough to improve the squad. So yeah, just like I expected, we have done absolutely nothing. We had a few transfer offers come in, but they were for players that weren't worth much, and I thought I may as well save them and sell them on next year where we can actually use that money. So let's get to the end of the season and see where we finish. I hope we're in a playoff spot or automatic promotion, but considering we're in 9th, I'm not too hopeful. Holy shit, what? Okay, we are promoted. What? I was not, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna include my raw reaction, because I was just sitting here watching George Benson's latest vlog, and I looked over thinking, are we gonna get sacked? But we've been promoted to the Bundesliga, which is not what I was expecting. We have gone on a mad run here. What the hell? Wins for days. What? Has our squad progressed amazingly or something? Because we were not in a good position halfway through the season. Our players have grown slightly, but I am shocked. I am pretty confident some of you guys are going to think that I have cheated my way through this, but I can guarantee you I have not, and I am just about as shocked as you guys are. So it's going to be us and Bochum going up, I believe that's how you pronounce them. I know Robbie Cruz, the Australian, plays for them. Looking down, Regensburg and Kiel are going down. Dresden and Darmstadt both have promotion games and relegation playoff games to go through, so we'll check them out in a minute, but I am very surprised that we got promoted. We must have only had 3 losses in the entire second half of the season, because we were on 8 halfway through if my memory serves me correctly. So looking at the DFB Pokal, we were unable to do any business in that, but Bayern Munich did go on to win that tournament. So Augsburg won the relegation match for the Bundesliga, so Darmstadt stays in the 2nd division next year. Unlucky Jamie McLaren. And Dresden won their relegation playoff match, so they stay in the 2nd Bundesliga. Bayern Munich did go on to win the Champions League 2-0 over Liverpool. And Manchester United, they won the Europa League. So definitely a weird sort of season, but I'm happy to see us into the Bundesliga for season number 2 with the Columbus Crew. We're going to struggle. Obviously, we're going to struggle. We need to make some good transfers, but it's going to be a good challenge nonetheless. Let's get into season number 2. Let's get into the Bundesliga. Season number 2 begins with a bang as we sign Ben Gibson from Middlesbrough for £7.7 million. Great pick up there to sign the English centre-back. Gonna bolster our defensive stocks, definitely for the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 seasons. Good potential, good player. Welcome to the Columbus Crew, Ben Gibson. And a player departure here as Jonathan Mensah is off to VfL Bochum for £3.3 million. And another player has left the club here. Our Iranian left midfielder Justin Meram is off to Bournemouth for £5.1 million. So our goal now for the rest of the window is to sign a quality left midfielder who can replace Justin Meram. So here we are, transfer deadline day. We have made a big signing here for our left mid position. Isaac Success is going to sign for exactly £10 million from Watford in the Premier League. He comes over now. Hopefully, he can bring us a lot of success this season. It's alright, I'll show myself the door. I mean, I'm 20 years old, no children, and I'm already making dad jokes. God help my future children. So here we are with 1 hour to go on deadline day. Again, we've done some really good business. 2 English football signings in Ben Gibson and Isaac Success. Mensah and Meram out. This is what our starting 11 looks like. For me, the biggest goal right now is surviving relegation. My plan from now on is to assess where we're going in January and then attempt to bring in a brand new goalkeeper on a pre-contract for season 3, because I know there are a lot of good goalkeepers off contract at the end of season 2 every time in career mode. So why not use that to our advantage and yeah, help the rebuild like that? So let's focus on surviving in the Bundesliga. I'll talk to you guys in January. So here we are on the 1st of January, and no surprise to see us, just like we predicted, in a relegation scrap. But one thing I am happy about is we're not in the zone at the moment. And a big sign of encouragement is the amount of draws we've had. If we can shift some of those draws into wins, then I'm pretty confident we will survive. Currently, the bottom three is Bochum, who came up with us, Schalke surprisingly, and Hamburg. And at the other end of the spectrum, the top of the table, Borussia Dortmund trying to go for an invincible season. Fair play to them. They are sitting on 12 wins, 4 draws, and 0 losses. Crushing it at the moment. So we're 19 days into January and we have our first real big piece of business as Wayland Francis is off to Dresden for £1.2 million. And another piece of business here as Lalaz Abubakar is off to Nuremberg for £860,000. So all the goalkeepers I had planned out, for some reason, most other rebuilds I do when I get to season 2, these guys are always available, but of course, just when I want to go for a goalkeeper, they're all unable to be bought, so I've turned my attention elsewhere. I was looking at either getting in a new striker because Kamara's getting older, or bringing in some new central midfielders, so we're going to do just that. And it's going to be double the trouble as we bring in 2 centre midfielders here. Number 1, someone I'm really excited coming in, Tommy Rogic, the Australian weapon from Celtic, signing next season on a free transfer. And then another one, Jean-Michel Seri from Nice. This guy is a weapon, really going to bolster up our midfield. He comes in on a free next season from Nice. So we've bought 2 quality players here. Very excited to have them in season 3. So this window didn't exactly go how I expected it to go. But it has worked out in the end. We've got Seri and Rogic coming in next season. Hopefully we can survive. Hopefully the team we have right now is enough to keep us up in the Bundesliga. Might be in a bit of a relegation battle, but I'm sure you guys will find out in a second. Unless we get sacked, which I'm really hoping doesn't happen, but I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so here we are at the end of season number 2. Now you scroll down, your eyes pan down, we have made it to the relegation playoff match. Hamburg and Bochum, or whoever they are relegated, but our fate is still in the balance. I saw that we were in the relegation game, I simulated past it, haven't seen the result yet, so your guess is as good as mine. Borussia Dortmund hung on and won the Bundesliga. Let's scroll across now though and have a look at how things went. So in the DFB Pokal, we were nowhere to be seen. Hoffenheim won that tournament. Now, yes! The relegation match, we survived, thank God. I think that's Stuttgart. The other team is Stuttgart, I believe. I might be wrong. No, is that Freiburg? I think that's Freiburg, actually. So we win, 4-3 over Freiburg and survive by the skin of our teeth. We need to be better next season. I think with our new midfield additions, we will be. Manchester United win the Champions League final 2-0 over Barcelona, and AC Milan take down Espanyol to win the Europa League. So, season 2, I guess it was a good season. We did what we had to. We survived in the Bundesliga. Of course, my screen goes off, but we are hopefully going to go even further in season 3, slowly but steady, making some progress in this one. Let's get into season 3 with the Columbus Crew. So we're going to kick off the 3rd season here with a player departure. Ola Kamara is off to Frankfurt in the Bundesliga for £8.8 million. So my 2 main goals for this window is bringing in a goalkeeper and bringing in a striker. Let's see what we can do. And our first signing for season 3 is in between the sticks. It is going to be Alex Merritt coming to the club. He is going to sign from Udinese for £19 million. Not a bad fee at all. Welcome to the Columbus Crew, Alex Merritt. So I'm extremely excited to see this happening. Hector Jimenez off to Karlsruhe SC for £550,000. But the reason I'm happy to see this is because we can now get into contract negotiations for an absolute steal. I really hope that I can show you what we are about to pull off if we have time. We've got 2 hours remaining on transfer deadline day. I pray that it goes through and we can get it to happen. And well, at the moment, I don't think it's going to go through, unfortunately. I really hope it does. I'll show you what I'm doing right now. So I've gone in here for this Patrick Cutrone guy. His value was at about 13 million, I believe it was, or 12 million, but he had a release clause of 7 million pounds with Barcelona. So we paid that. I'll show you. We paid the 7 million pound release clause, but financial wise, we have 61,000 in the wage budget, and currently at Barcelona, he's on 99,000 a week. So I put in I delegated it because I know you have a much better success rate delegating, but the thing is, we had so little time that it might not be able to go through here. Let's see what happens. Does something come up? Okay, he's in past it. They weren't willing to accept the money, so now we have to survive half a season with this little amount of strike force. Kakutamane is our only striker. I'm definitely going to try going in for Patrick Cutrone again at the start of the next window, because he's an absolute steal, but we have to sweat it out for the first half of the season. So we're outside of the window at the moment, but I'm still doing a little bit of business so that we can kick off January on the right foot. So Brad Stuver, our backup goalkeeper, third string goalkeeper now, is going to be heading to FC Magdeburg at the start of the window for £550,000. Okay, so on the 1st of January, I can definitely get around our league standings at the moment. We are currently sitting in 12th position on 19 points. However, we're only 3 points away from 16th place to Werder Bremen, so there is still so much on the line. Bayern Munich is starting to regain dominance, trying to get things back to how they are in German football. They are 3 points clear ahead of Cologne at the top. But let's get into the January window and see if we can finally get Cutrone, or just anybody for that matter. There we go, boys. We got our man. Patrick Cutrone is going to sign from Barcelona for a bargain of £7 million. Now, if you look here, he's already valued at 14 million, so we got him from the release clause half of what he's worth. We picked up a 78 rated striker for £7 million. Great pickup. Welcome to the Columbus crew, Patrick Cutrone. So we brought in the man we wanted in Cutrone, and there was nobody else I could go in for, because if you look here, we are fully out of funds. So yeah, a pretty standard window there. Our starting 11 looks pretty decent, to be fair. Lowest rated player is the Lot, who's 73 rated. But let's see where we finish in the Bundesliga. Hopefully not in the relegation zones again. So this is brilliant to see. No relegation match, no real stress, to be honest. I guess 4 points clear, but still, I am very happy to see us. A pretty good result. 13th position, 38 points, 10 wins, 8 draws, 16 losses. Hopefully next season we can improve that even more. But we survive in the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich, they finished top of the league. And looking at the drop zone, it is Frankfurt and Darmstadt getting relegated for sure. Mönchengladbach, pretty surprised to see them in the relegation playoff position, but we'll check how they went. Taking a quick look at the DFB Pokal, we do finish in the quarterfinals, so our best finish so far. Bayern Munich do go on to win that tournament as well, however. And Mönchengladbach get relegated. They lose 3-1 in the relegation match against Bochum or Bochum, whoever. Robbie Cruz's side, that's all I know. Chelsea win the Champions League final quite comfortably over Juventus. And Spurs win the North London derby in the Europa League 2-1 over Arsenal. So here's a quick look at our squad report at the end of season number 3. Pretty happy with the squad we've been able to build so far. Definitely quicker progress than I expected. I guess the starting season with the money higher than I expected really helped us out a lot, but I'm somewhat confident that we can start over the next season or two, maybe making a push for European football. I don't know, I think we just need to keep climbing the table, hope that our players keep growing, and we'll see how it goes. It's been a fun rebuild so far, to be honest. So that's the 3rd season done and dusted. We're getting there, slowly but surely, we're getting there. What can we do in season 4? So we're going to kick off this 4th season with Columbus with a player transfer. Gaston Soro, the Argentine centre-back, is off to Firth, I believe that is, for £1.9 million. So my main goal heading into season 4 was, as you can see, we've sold Pedro Santos to Real Betis for £6.1 million, and that is good because my main goal for season 4 was to bring in a new right midfielder, so we'll use some of that money plus the money we've already got to hopefully bring in a game-changing right midfielder. And due to the fact that we now have Alex Merritt, I thought, let's get rid of Zach Steffen, increase some funds. So he's been good for us for the first 3 seasons or so, but Zach Steffen off to Augsburg now for £7.8 million. We're going to make our first signing for season 4, and it is a big one. Bruno Zadis, I believe his last name is pronounced. The Portuguese right midfielder arrives at Columbus Crew from Porto for £24.2 million. That was his release clause. We paid it, and again, it is a big pickup. So welcome to Columbus, Bruno Zadis. Alright, so here we are on deadline day. 1 player in, 3 players out. I've got a decent amount of money left over, but I've got a few ideas to work on in January, so let's just make sure we put in a good start to the season. Our squad's looking pretty impressive. No reason why we can't push for maybe Europa League this season. Definitely a higher table, top table finish, but let's get into January now and suss out how we're going. Alright, so we're here on the 1st of January and things are going splendidly. Did I really just use the word splendidly? I've hit an all-time low. But we are currently in 6th position. We are in the spot at the moment for Europa League football. Schalke at the top of the table as well. Bundesliga is getting weird, boys. But it is a very tight table, to be honest. If you look down to even 13th placed Augsburg, there's only 5 points between us and them. So the second half of the season is definitely going to be really, really important. Alright, so I haven't really abused the pre-contracts up to now, but I'm going to do it for this window. I want to take us to the next level. So 2 pre-contract signings. The first one is Peter Zelensky's 87 rated, signing from Napoli on a free transfer next season, which is great to see. And then Gabriel Barbosa, I believe his last name's Barbosa, but Gabriel, the striker, signing from Inter Milan on a free next season. Gonna be 2 big pickups for our side. We're really gonna be able to go to the next level next season. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead here at the back end of January and pick up a new defensive signing. Justin Hugma is gonna sign for £8.1 million from Hoffenheim. Now, he's another player that had a really good release clause, valued at 10 million, and his release clause was obviously 8.1 million, so it was a no-brainer to go ahead and sign the Dutch centre-back. Him and Ben Gibson are going to really rotate and fight for that top centre-back position. But anyways, welcome to Columbus, Justin Hugma. Alright, it's been a really successful transfer window in terms of players in. Gabriel and Zelensky in next season, Justin Hugma in now, and it's good timing because as you can see on the right hand side, Ben Gibson suffered a torn hamstring, so he's out for a little while. But let's get to the end of the season and see if we qualify for European football. So that second half of the season really did not go to plan. We end up finishing in 9th position. To be fair, I said heading into the season that I wanted a top half of the table finish, and we finished dead middle. So not the worst season, not the best, definitely an improvement though. What a fall from grace Schalke had as well. They went from 1st to 5th, and no surprise to see Bayern Munich dominating again. Mainz and Freiburg are the relegated team. Werder Bremen are in the relegation playoffs, so we'll have a look to see about that in a second. But I think if we did this well this season, next season we need to push for a top 6 finish. Checking out the DFB Pokal, we're slowly but surely getting close to a cup title in that. We finished in the semi-final. Werder Bremen do stay up, winning 3-2 over FC Union. Barcelona win the Champions League in Season 4. And Valencia win the Europa League final. So that's another season in the books. Season 4 done and dusted. Let's get into Season 5 and see if we can ramp this rebuild up a notch. So we're going to kick off season number 5 here with a massive transfer, but it's one I'm really happy to see. You'll see why in a second, hopefully, but Jean-Michael Seri, the man we picked up for a free transfer, has gone to Liverpool for £44 million, 30 years of age, and he's given us money now to go ahead and pull off, hopefully, a ridiculous transfer. We've pulled it off, baby. James Ward-Prowse has signed to the club for £27 million from Southampton, but look at that! Another release clause. Jeez, he's valued at 41 million, 86 rated. We've brought him in for 27 million. I've said it so many times, but fellas, don't sleep on release clauses. They are so overpowered this year. Great for bargains. Welcome to the Columbus Crew, James Ward-Prowse. We're going to make another signing here. Signing Joleton from Hamburg, was it? Where did he sign from? No, I'm not going on Xbox Live. He signed from Hoffenheim for £7 million. Pretty decent pickup, but he's going to prove to be a rotational backup striker for us. Just adding a bit of depth to the squad. Alright, we're going to get our first free agent signing for this rebuild. This guy here looks like an absolute weapon, and we just need to put a bit more squad depth into it here. So, Matthias Kamlot is signing here for £14,000. Free transfer, 73 rated 19-year-old. This guy looks like a bit of a weapon, so welcome to Columbus, Matthias Kamlot. Alright, another successful transfer window. We just keep improving our squad slowly but surely. We are turning into a weapon of a side. So James Ward-Prowse, Jolinton and Kamlot in, Seri out. Let's look at the team here. Absolute weapon. The midfield is on fire. Let's see how we're going halfway through the season. Okay, so here we are on the 1st of January, and again, we are in a decent position, definitely in contention for Champions League football. Almost in striking distance. But again, the table is so close. We're on 27 points, but a poor run of form could drag us all the way down to the sort of position that Frankfurt and Schalke are in. And if you look at the drop zone, I'm quite surprised to see a team like Leipzig down there, but I'm not surprised to see Bayern Munich up top. So let's see what business we can do. Maybe going for 1 or 2 permanent signings, and for now, and maybe going for another pre-contract player. I really enjoy making pre-contract signings. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to make these. I'm going to put my foot down and say these are going to be my last 2 pre-contract signings for the rebuild. I often do that. I often say when things are starting to get a bit out of control, I like to put a stop in it. So these are the last 2 pre-contracts for this Columbus Crew rebuild. And yeah, they're pretty damn good free contracts. Ousmane Dembele, 92 rated and still only 24 years of age, is going to be signing for £400,000 a week on a free deal next season. So in season number 6, we will be saying welcome to Columbus Crew, Ousmane Dembele. And the same thing will be said about Nicolas Sewell. He is signing for £170,000. 2 massive signings. We genuinely could have a crack at the Champions League next season if we get maybe 1 or 2 more decent signings at the start of next season, but I am stoked about that. We have made a quality defensive signing here in January, a permanent one. Kelvin Amianadu is signing from Deportivo in La Liga for £24.1 million. Again, got him for his release clause value. Great pickup for our right back position. I know we have Diogo Dalot, but he's taking too long to progress, and I feel like he's going to be left behind as our squad continues to grow. So welcome to Columbus, Kelvin Amianadu. 1 hour to go on deadline day. Again, 3 transfers in, 0 out. We don't really have the squad depth to get rid of players, and they're not really worth all that much either. But Dembele and Sewell in next season, Amianadu in right now. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Let's see if we can potentially push for Champions League, if not Europa League football, at the end of this 5th season. Get in there, fellas. Season number 6 will see us with the opportunity to at least compete in the Champions League and have an opportunity to complete the rebuild, I hope, because we have finished in 3rd position and we have qualified for the Champions League with the Columbus Crew for the first time. Bayern Munich did crush the league again, no surprise there. Wolfsburg putting up a pretty good fight. And looking at the other end of the scale, Stuttgart, Leipzig, I think I meant to say Leipzig, I don't know why I said Stuttgart, but Leipzig did pull themselves out of the relegation zone. Hertha Berlin and Bremen going down surprisingly. And then VfL Bochum is in the relegation match-off, or playoff, I don't know why I said match-off. My brain is being fried. I've been recording this for so damn long. Looking at the DFB Pokal, unfortunately, we weren't able to make the last 16. Schalke, they crushed it in the final, 5-0. Okay, so Bochum do stay up. They defeat Ingolstadt 4-2 in the relegation playoff. Manchester United win a Manchester Derby Champions League final. Hopefully we see ourselves somewhere on this table ladder next season. And Southampton, they win the Europa League without James Ward-Prowse as well. So season 5, by far, most definitely our most successful season. I am so excited to see Nicolas Sewell and Ousmane Dembele in the club next season. Let's get into season 6 and our first attempt at the UEFA Champions League. We're going to kick off this season with a player transfer. Emmanuel Mamana comes into the club. I wanted to upgrade my centre-back spot. A lot of the players that I originally wanted weren't available to buy. Either they just transferred to a new club or they were out of my price range or something like that. So we've got Mamana here. He's got 87 potential, so hopefully this season he grows up quite a lot. But he comes from Nantes for 35.9 million. Player departure here, Christian Martinez off to my favourite club, Fulham, for £2.9 million. So I didn't mean to, but I accidentally clicked accept when I got asked if I wanted to loan out Abuchi Abinwa. Not going to matter too much, he's just a reserve dweller at the moment, but I'll let you know to keep full transparency. Here we are on transfer deadline day with a left back signing. Our normal left back Lato is out for the next 3 months. He got injured in the last game, so we've had to go and get an emergency signing. We've got Anthony Robinson he's come from Liverpool, but I feel like from his profile picture, he starts off at Everton. Does he? No, he starts off at Bolton. No, he's loaned from Everton. I just looked at his FIFA page. But we've brought him in last second, got him on a really good transfer deal, £3.5 million. So welcome to Columbus Crew, our new backup and emergency left back, Anthony Robinson. So this is the end of the transfer window. Mamana and Robinson in, Martinez and sort of Abinwa out. It's been a half decent window. Hopefully we can do some damage this season. Our starting 11 looks real strong. Let's go check out our first ever Champions League group. So I mean, our first group in the Champions League isn't all that bad. I'm sure AC Milan and FC Porto are going to put up a good fight, especially AC Milan, but I do have a respectable amount of confidence heading into this group stage. So let's simulate to the mid part of December and check out how we've gone in the group. We've done it, fellas. We qualified to the knockout rounds of the Champions League at our first time of asking. Really close as well. We had 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, and we were only 2 points behind Porto. AC Milan dominated the group, but I'm just stoked to be in the knockout rounds. But if you look to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you'll see that it's not an easy task we have ahead, as we're taking on PSG in the Champions League round of 16. It's going to be a real good test. Alright, so here we are on the 1st of January, and it's good to see that we are sitting in the top 4. Second position, again though, it is really tight at the top of the table. Bayern Munich starting to run away a little bit, I guess. They're 6 points clear. And then we're in second with Hoffenheim. But you got teams all the way down to 9th placed Mainz, really, who could overtake us in a matter of weeks. So we need to make sure that we have a good second half to the season, because if we don't win the Champions League, which I don't really expect us to do this season, we need to make sure that we are in it next season, when I think we have a great chance. Alright, so we've done no business in this window, nor did I think we could with the amount of funding that we had. So yeah, nothing to really talk about there. Let's get into our Champions League round of 16 game now against PSG and see what we're really made of. Alright, here we go. Our first knockout game, PSG versus Columbus. Can we get off to a good start here? We do have the home leg now. Zielinski, or whatever his name is out for the first leg through suspension. Tommy Rogic comes in for him, so he has a lot of Champions League experience. This PSG side is pretty quality as well. Two really good sides. They will have an awesome side though. Like Neymar, Belotti, Pulisic, Verratti, Krychowiak. Holy moly, we get the first goal though. Okay, James Ward-Prowse, who in his own regard is a really good player on this game, does get us a 1-0 advantage here. We're doing alright. Can we get a second one? No, we're going to be 1-0 up, headed into the away leg. That is actually surprising. Okay, no away goals let in either. I'll cop that. Alright, so the second leg here, we're away against PSG with a 1-0 advantage. If we don't concede any goals, we go through. So our defense needs to be strong. Zielinski back in for this second leg. If we can get an away goal, we get it. I was about to say, if we can get an away goal early here, that puts us in a great position. They equalize, but we have an away goal. So even if they win this 2-1, we still go through on away goals rule as we move into the second half. Belotti scored for them, Gabriel for us. There's 25, now 20 minutes to go. Come on. Okay, they make it 2-1. Crap. Hold on, fellas. Hold on. Yes, we go through. Well, okay, I was not expecting that. We go through and we defeat PSG 2-all, like on goal differential and away goals rule. So I'm pretty stoked with that, to be fair. Okay, so a real good test here as we get drawn up against Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We really do have an opportunity here to make some noise. I wasn't confident at all, really, heading into that PSG game, but then I looked at our squad. We've got a pretty insane squad, to be honest. It's a lot better than I really thought it was, but it's going to be a good test here to see how we perform against a team like Chelsea. Let's stop chatting about it. Let's get into it and see how much noise Columbus can make this season. Alright, so a full strength starting 11 heading into this first leg here at home once again. If we get off to a good start like we did against PSG, then that is going to be perfect. Let's look at their side. Their side is bloody good. I think that's Jerome Boateng there. They got Kante, Morata, Hazard, Suso. Who do they have on the bench? They've got Goretzka, they've got Roberts, they've got Dembele. They've got a good side. Courtois in between the sticks. It's 0-0 at the moment, which I will take. No, Dembele. Stop. I want our Dembele to step up, not yours. Not Musa Dembele. We want Ousmane Dembele to step up. Chelsea have the lead at the moment, and they have a 1-0 advantage headed into the second leg. And they have the away goal most notably. Okay, we need to get off to a good start like we did against PSG in the last second leg. We need an away goal. We need to put that out of the picture nice and early. What can we do? We do! Zielinski, 4th minute. Get in there, you beautiful bloody Polish weapon. You're a legend, mate. Come on. It is all tied up. No! Red card for Zardes. That is not what we want. But at the moment, it is all tied up. Let's get a goal against the run of play. Please, fellas. Don't let them. The red card's going to screw us up, surely. 75th. No, they get a goal. Oh, come on, 5 minutes. No. We're eliminated, but we did really well. Quarterfinalists in our first attempt at the Champions League. Season 6, not our season. Nor did I expect it to be, but I really have confidence now headed into Season 7. Let's get there. Let's have a look at how we go. Let's make sure we qualify. That's not a given yet, but disappointed. Alright, so we do get that opportunity. We finish in 3rd position. Would be nice to have us win the league, but Bayern Munich don't look like slowing down at any time now. So we're in 3rd position, just like we finished last season. And I'm not too upset about that, of course. Borussia Dortmund had a pretty crap season, to be fair. 8th position for them. Looking at the bottom, Union Berlin had a dreadful... That is actually one of the worst seasons you could have. 1 win all season for them. Frankfurt only 5 wins, so both of them relegated, and we'll have to see about Augsburg's fate in a second. No, we got so close. We lost the final of the DFB Pokal. Still yet to get any silverware in this rebuild. That is frustrating. That would have been nice to win that. So Augsburg do stay up. They win the relegation match 3-1. Looking at the Champions League, Barcelona did go on to win that. They won 2-0 over Manchester United. And Lazio defeats Southampton 2-0 to win the Europa League. So here's a quick scroll through our squad report at the end of season number 6. make sure you pause if you want to have a good look at anybody's figures and stats and all that good stuff. But our squad is looking really good. I think we're at the point now of the rebuild where we don't have to do too much else to complete this rebuild. It's just a matter of time about getting the results and hoping the FIFA gods are on our side. So let's not delay it any further. Let's get in to season number 7 with the Columbus crew and see what we can do. That rhymed. Season 7 begins on a perfect note. Jonathan Tah is someone that I tried to sign last season but couldn't afford him then. So what I've done is I have put £41 million plus our former centre back who's been here since day one, Conti. Thank you, Conti, for your amazing service, but we've got to go forward. Jonathan Tah is now our new centre back. Him and Nicholas Sewell will make an awesome centre back pairing. And then the plus side, we still have Mamana as a backup. An 86 rated centre back is our backup defender. We're looking good, baby. We knew what business we wanted to do. We went in, got Jonathan Tah, we went out, and now our squad is looking incredible. Look at that. 2 89 rated centre backs, a 92 rated Dembele. Our weakest player is 86 rated. That is one hell of a squad. Backup wise, we are killing it as well. We are surely, like, some of you guys get angry when I win the Champions League first attempt, when I play the game and I win, people get angry, although people would get complaining if I lost. But if we don't win the Champions League this season, there is something wrong with us. So let's go and have a look now at our Champions League group and get on what is surely going to be a path to glory. I'm trying to get my confidence up. I'm trying to speak it into existence. So we're in Group E for this year's Champions League, and it's a somewhat difficult group again. I mean, I think if we have ambitions of going as strongly as I expect us to, we should sweep this group, but Liverpool could prove to be a really big challenge for us, and so could PSV, and I guess even PAOK. But let's have a look and see how we went in 3, 2, 1. So maybe my confidence wasn't warranted. We only make it through to the knockout rounds on goal differential. That is actually a really bad performance. Liverpool dominate the group. 5 wins, 1 draw, no losses. We only pick up 2 wins, so we have a negative record, but we get through because everybody else is as average as us. We're really going to have to pick it up here in the last 16 as we take on AC Milan in February. But I mean, we kind of got a better deal because look at Liverpool, bottom right corner. They topped our group, but they have to face Real Madrid, so who got better? Here we are, 1st of January 2024, and to be honest, we're not doing that well in the Bundesliga either. Now, obviously the points are extremely close, but standings-wide, 5th place, not the greatest. But then again, there's only 6 points between us and 1st place Bayern Munich. So we received a couple of transfer offers throughout this January transfer window, but I had no intentions of selling any of our starters. And I just want to keep the squad the way it is and have one really hard run at the Champions League this season. If it falls through and we don't do as well as I expect this season, then I'll start offloading some of our other older pieces really and start trying to take us up another level. But right now, I think our squad is perfect and I want to give it a go with the squad the way it is. I mean, look at it. It is a beast squad. Let's get into the Champions League. Let's see if we can go the distance. Okay, it is showtime, fellas. AC Milan at home, the round of 16. We're looking to get past this stage of the competition for the 2nd straight year. AC Milan were in our group last year, and they absolutely killed it. And I can see why, looking at that squad. Antoine Griezmann, Kurt Zouma, Donnarumma, we know how much of a beast he is. Divock Origi, Barco is an absolute weapon. Schneiderlin gets them an away goal. That is not the start we were after at all. They've got friggin' Kovacic on the bench as well. They're 1-0 up. Dembele equalises, thankfully. He really hasn't done that much in the simulations from what I've seen Dembele, but it is 1-1 here. And they have the advantage, I would say, heading into the 2nd leg with their away goal. So, not the start we were after. This is the moment of truth. Do or die, fellas. It would be quite the embarrassment if we got eliminated now, after banging on for so long about how we had these intentions of just dominating the competition this season. They've got a great squad, but I thought we would have done a lot better than this. It is on, come on. We need to get an away goal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and we get it through Zielinski. Stewell gets injured though, but Zielinski does put us in front and cancel out the away goal rule for AC Milan. We're almost at the end here. James Ward-Prowse makes it 2-0. We're going to go through. Thank you very much. I'm just hopeful that Nicholas Sewell's injury isn't too serious. Okay, only a pulled hamstring. We're alright, boys. So, it's a little bit funny. Liverpool got knocked out by Real Madrid, and now we face Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This is going to be interesting. I am interested to see what type of side Real Madrid have at this point of the series, at the 2024 marker. It's going to be interesting. Let's get into it. Let's pray that the FIFA gods are on our side and we can progress through to the semi-final for the first time. Alright, here we are at home for the first leg here against Real Madrid. Let's see what type of side they have. Do they have a world-class side again? We're a little bit lighter as well. Mamana comes in for Jonathan Tah, who's out with an injury, but still 86 rated centre-back. That's a worthy replacement. But look at that Real Madrid team. That is the so FIFA dream team. That is incredible. Look at their backline. That's virtually every high-rated potential youngster on career mode. Oh, God. Let's just not concede. Zielinski gets us in the lead. Okay. I can get behind this. Can we hold on? We're almost at the end here. That's gone quick. We're 1-0 up. Okay, I'll take that. I was not really expecting that scoreline. So, we're 1-0 up. Yeah, okay. My mind is all over the shop right now. This is what happens when you try to record a rebuild. An entire rebuild like this in one sitting. My brain is about fried. Still no J-Tar for this away leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. Also, can we make that Jonathan Tah's new nickname? Can we call him J-Tar, like J-Lo? And I need to stop. Let's just focus on the result here. We get an away goal, and the ball is going to be big time in our court. But look at that side. They got Michi Batshuayi starting now. They're giving you now the bench. But let's see. Oh, yes! Zardes gives us a 1-0 lead. They get a goal back. But we have an away goal now. So we're 2-1. Now we're 3-1 up. And with 2 away goals, surely we're going through. Let's just not concede. And we will be going through. No, not Ward-Prowse. He gets injured. They get a goal back. But we go through 3-2 on aggregate. But James Ward-Prowse picks up an injury. I pray to the FIFA gods it is not bad. But semi-final time, yes, boys. We're cutting it fine here. James Ward-Prowse, torn quadricep, 8 weeks on the bench, on the injury replacement list. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope that we get past the semi-finals and he is available for the final if we make it. So our midfield is going to be really, really weak because Zielinski, our other centre midfielder, has picked up a suspension. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. We've taken down one Madrid team. Can we take down another, as Atletico Madrid versus Columbus Crew is the 2024 Champions League semi-final clash. On the other side of the spectrum, it is Man City versus Juventus, but we need to hope that we put in a good performance here, especially without our 2 midfielders, and set ourselves up for a Champions League final. We're having to overcome all the big hurdles in this rebuild. Alright, the away leg here against Atletico Madrid. Our starting 11 is looking really weird. So what I've done, I've put Zardes and our region player Camelot as the 2 centre midfielders. Dembele goes to the right-hand side. Success goes to the left-hand side. So we've switched it all around. But Fernandez gives them the lead. Camelot, the youngster, gets us an away goal. But their squad looks real good here, Atletico Madrid. I tried to sign Christensen a lot. And Fernandez gets a second goal. Go away, mate. Come on, can we get ourselves another away goal? That would be really big. At the moment, it's not looking too great though. And no, 2-1 headed into the second leg. We have a big task ahead of us now. The pressure is on us here. The home leg, 1 game away from a Champions League final. We are down 2-1 in need of a goal. A 1-0 result will get us through. Jonathan Tah and Zielinski back in here to provide us a little bit of help, but we just can't let them score, and we need to find the back of the net. Catrone and Gabriel have not been all that impressive in these simulations. It's gone 1-1 here, so that is not what we want. We need to score now. If we get a goal, it goes to extra time. If they get a goal, then we are in deep shit. Dembele makes it 2-1. Yes, boys. Are we off to extra time? We are. We are into extra time. Don't do it this way. Don't break my heart like this, FIFA. We're 2-1 up. Please, are we going to penalties? We win 5-4 on penalties. Yes, baby. That is incredible. We're through to the Champions League final. Now, all we got to hope is that we don't get any more injuries, suspensions, and James Ward-Prowse is back. Whew. Take a deep sigh of relief. Everybody, a collective deep sigh of relief. So in the Champions League final, we are going to be taking on Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. They took down Juventus 4-2 in the semi-final, and they've had a pretty tough run to the final, to be honest. Checking out the other results, Napoli did win the Europa League 3-0 over Spartak Moscow. Okay, so this game actually is a lot of pressure on us because we don't get a chance at Champions League football, it seems, for next season. So this is going to be our best opportunity until season number 9, which is ridiculous. So we need to go hard today. We lose, and that is just going to be messed up. Leverkusen, they break the mold. They win the Bundesliga. Mönchengladbach relegated again. And VfL Bochum get relegated along with them. Köln, they finished second last year, and now they're in the relegation match. Get in there, boys. We won the DFB Pokal finally. Does that mean we get to play Champions League football next season? Or is it just for Europa League? I'm never confident with those sort of tournaments, but Columbus Crew, DFB Pokal champions, you'll never hear that sentence again. And because of the timing, the relegation match has not been played yet, and hopefully we never know who wins it, because that means we would have completed the rebuild. So here's a look at our squad report, hopefully our final squad report. This team is insane. We have built such a good side, and I really do hope that we can complete the rebuild today. Otherwise, there's going to be a few of our starting players that we're going to need to sell off next season and replace if we want to have a chance of having another crack at it. Like Zielinski, he's 30, James Ward-Prowse is 29. There's a lot of players that have reached their end of their career, nearing their peak, ending their peak. So this is going to be our best opportunity. I'm very excited to see how we go against Manchester City. I doubt that you will ever hear this statement again in your life, but it is the 2024 Champions League final, Columbus Crew versus Man City. Let's do it, boys. Here we go, Zielinski going to Gabriel. Gabriel going to Catrone. We're just trying to get a way through. Ball's back down to the Brazilian though. Didn't mean to make that pass. It's crucial that we get off to a strong start here because of how good Man City's attacking side is. Gabriel shoots! He scores it! What a rocket from the Brazilian! Advantage Columbus! I love that animation. That is one of the best animations on FIFA this year. The outside of the rocket the boot or the rocket. My brain is absolutely fried at the moment, but great little link-up play there. Just drawing in Man City players, finishing it in traffic. Nothing Edison could do about that one. And it is crucial that we get the lead here because of how good Man City's attacking force is. 1-0 Columbus Crew. Zielinski going to Ousmane Dembele. I see you out wide. We've left the defenders flat-footed. Zardes cutting around, putting it in there. Nice ball. Goes to Dembele. What a save from Edison. That was a rocket of a shot. What a goal that would have been. They're on the attacking Man City. They've got so much attacking firepower. We can't let them get any real good opportunities. We've done well of parking the bus so far. But if they score here, they will be in a great position. But we're on the counter-attack now. This is where we're the best on FIFA. Me personally. Gabriel, come on. I see the run. He might be offside. We've stuffed that one up royally. We're on the attack. Jesus up against Tar. Can't let Jesus help them get an equaliser. Man City's attack is deadly. We're just containing him. They go back to Koke. Can't give them an angle to shoot, although knowing some of the FIFA 18 animations, they don't need a great angle to get off a screamer. They're resetting their play here. Ricardo Pereira, we can't give them space. Jesus, they shoot. That's terrible. Man City have not had any great attacking opportunities, and it's not going to work when they're pulling off touches like that. Great work from us, though, to get it in between the legs. Zelensky going to Catrone here. Nice move there to get past the defender. We're going to go to Ousmane Dembele. His shot is saved from Edison. Man City on the attack. Jesus going through to Leroy Sané. Don't commit a foul in the box. We're getting all scrambled up again. This is what I don't like. They shoot. They're not going to equalise if they're producing quality of shot like that. Goes to Koke. Man City starting to build a bit of pressure in this clash. We read that well, though, and we get to it. Come on, let's hit him on the counter. I see you out wide. Where's the defense from Man City? Zardes. We're going to put on the pace. We are. We're going to get caught. Don't think so. Are we going to put in a good cross? We might. Zelensky uses the head. Yeah, don't know about that. Come on, fellas. Can we get him on the counter? Zardes going through to Gabriel. Nope, but he does win the ball back. Come on, a goal here will surely secure us the title. It's been a tense affair so far. Man City really haven't gotten going on the shooting side of things. Passing-wise, they've been good. Gabriel! Oh, just had to put boot to ball. Heavy-ass touch from Sané. We chop right through him. They play the advantage. Jesus has the pace advantage over Jonathan Tah. Don't. Okay, it's a weak header. They're on the attack here, Man City. They're trying to equalise here in the 90th minute. Don't let them do it. Please don't do it. Ricardo Pereira out to Bernardo Silva. He's offside. Get in there, boys. That should be it. In probably one of the least exciting finals. I apologise for that. It looks like we're about to win it. There it is. Columbus Crew, you have been rebuilt, baby. 1-0 victory over Man City. They never really got started, but here we are. We are the Champions League winners. That is another rebuild done and dusted. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, so I hope you guys appreciated that. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here, and also make sure you check out my social media links, my Instagram and my Twitter, both of those links down below as per normal. But I'll let you enjoy the title celebrations here with Columbus Crew. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.
I have found a way to break free from you and I. A way to break free from you and I. Round and round, my heart keeps going back.